All right, well, it's July 16, 2022, about 10 o'clock, and this 7-Eleven right here is saying no gas. So you kind of see it. It's a little sign right there saying pretty much no gas right there. I'm gonna see if I can get the sign a little bit better. Okay, pull up this way right here. You can see it says it right there on the sign. No gas. So I don't know how bad this is gonna get. Had one problem one time when I was a banker back in I guess it was I don't know, like 2015 or 2016, or there was an oil crisis that happened in Houston, and man, it was bad. It was real bad. Like, you couldn't even access stuff. It was that bad. There was lines at the gas station, long lines at the gas station. You couldn't get gas anywhere. So you had to plan your day. Now, people were getting gas, but they were storing it in their backyards and big tanks. Like, it was all based on fear. It wasn't based on fact. There was plenty of gas, but they just weren't able to get it to the people quick enough because everybody flipped out. But that does say no gas. And here we go. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I am Cole.
I'm Linda.
And y'all have a great July 16th.
Make sure you don't miss the exit, please. Thing is...
It's just the trees. I like the trees.
Well, I like to have a job. And is it upcharge? I can't remember. I've only worked like barely, like, not even like served.
Ooh, that one's rolling.
I know, right? They do have some really good lunch specials. I've never been to Capizzi's. Same company, they have a couple.
Yeah, they've been there since 1946.
Yep, I know, right? Okay. I'd like to go to the restroom real quick and change my hair.
All right, just a quick update on things for the vlog. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Really appreciate it. I'm stoked. I told Linda a long time ago, I said, if we get to 500, then this is game on, you know. 447, all of you, great. Today, we got some Zero Plenish. It's a Replenish Zero drink out of Cherry. It's 7-Eleven drink right here. So the flavor is actually cherry, and I just woke up, so I called it Cherry, but it's actually cherry. And it is a 7-Eleven drink, and it's Replenish, but it tastes like a cherry kind of thing. But there's no calories in it. It's 0 calories because I'm trying to watch my weight. Pretty good. And I did create 2 groups on Facebook for Glorious Glow Hands, and I sent out a lot of invites, at least 100 or more. I may be sending more invites out for those two groups. If you want to join them, you can make a comment. My main question and post was which episode of the 4 episodes that were posted over the last, I guess, about 4 weeks, or I mean maybe over the last 3 weeks. I'd have to look. Probably most likely over the last 3 weeks. Which of the 4 episodes of Glorious Glow Hands do you like? So I like the idea, of course, of doing a daily vlog to keep up with everything, let you know what's going on. I really like that idea. It really does help. But I also like to play, as in acting and storytelling. So that's Glorious Glow Hens. It's about a character named Colt and a character named Catch. Colt is kind of like a ex-Hollywood actor, wannabe filmmaker, musician guy that also has a family history of being a chemist, and invents this thing called glow hands, which is like a luminol that can detect not only human blood from hundreds of years in the past, but the gender of the human blood. And also, on the other side, Catch is like, she has supernatural abilities. So she can detect blood because of her supernatural abilities, and she speaks in tongues sometimes. Check it out, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Monk, Psych, Columbo, or you could say maybe True Detective. Now, when I say True Detective, I take that very seriously because that's a really good show. Nick Palazzo, or whatever you say his name is, Nick Palazzo. I've been looking about Nick, and he did write something called Galveston, which Ella Fanning took. Major great stuff. Really good film. It's set in Galveston. It's got Ben Foster in it. Now, Ben Foster blows away a performance. I mean, he just rips it up. Love this performance. Loved the script. Loved everything about it. Now, if you've seen Inglourious Bastards with Quentin Tarantino, there's a woman in there that puts on a lipstick to a David Bowie song, Green Eyes, I think, which is about, gasoline and stuff like that. Well, anyway, her name is Melanie Lauren. And man, she's the director of Galveston. And man, it's good. I watched it, I was blown away. I was like, this is great stuff. The ending and the best part of the movie is the last part of the movie. It's like the last tail end. That's where her directing style comes in, and she just blows it right out of the park. So she's a new cinematographer to watch out for, like Jane Campion and other great female filmmakers. Just amazing. I was blown away. And also I was impressed that this, beautiful actress from Inglourious Bastards was able to really show her chops in the filmmaking genre. And Galveston is really good. It works. Also a wonderful performance by Ella Fanning. I was blown away. I was like, wow, she's even better than I thought. And also what was really good was, like I said, Ben Foster, just captivating performance. The whole thing is just amazing. I watched it the other day. I was blown away. I just wanted to say that. We're at June 16th, and I had some weird dreams and stuff, so I am continuing to write Glorious Glow Hands. I've come up with some really good ideas this morning that just kind of floating around in my head. Really digging it. Now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this is a problem here, there's a problem here, there's a problem here. And I'm okay with it because the story's there, So as long as the story's there, I'm happy. Yeah, I got technical problems, but I'll deal with it. And I'm sure David Lynch had a lot of technical problems for Eraserhead. A lot of them. But he was able to find ways to cover it up, make it all perfect, and a cult classic even today. Just wanted to reiterate, it's actually July 16th. Well, we've been rerouted right here. This is the new bridge, brand new bridge. It probably just either opened today or a few days ago, and everything was rerouted. So don't know what's going on here. This could be a whole new project that they're putting together on 820, and I have no idea what it is. I can't even see where the highway is right here. But it looks like there is a new bridge. They're putting up like a lot of stuff right now. A lot of new bridges. We're on a new bridge right now. But I don't really know what that is. But anyway, this probably is a, I mean that right there. I have no idea what that is. But this right here is a pretty big bridge. And that's probably going to go into the Richland Hills area. If you know anything about Richland Hills, it'll spin around that way. Or it'll go, it might, I'm just guessing, but no, it won't. Never mind, I take that back. It's going to go, this is the new bridge that's going to go over to the Fort Worth area, back to Fort Worth this way, which is where we're pretty much kind of at right now. See some of it. I don't know why we're routed. I haven't figured it out. I was trying to get over here, way over there, which is the Richland Hills, but I'm going over here, which is back to the Fort Worth area. This is a big little area right here. I've never even known this was here, right there. You would not have known that that lake was there at all till now because of this new bridge right here. And then you've got the other bridge that's the same bridge that's gonna kind of cross. I think I was calling this the Trinity Boulevard Bridge because Trinity Boulevard's pretty much like right here, which I can get back through to where I'm going from that area because I can spin back around maybe through here, which if you look through there, it's about the Trinity Boulevard area. And then this right over way down here is the 820 road, or it's actually not 820, but it leads to 820. It could be part of 820. I have to double check. You can see Fort Worth right there. Got a little bit of traffic behind us. There it is right there. Yep, it's 820. Yeah, I thought it was 820. I just kind of said it. That is 820. I didn't know that was actually 820. It's a little 2-lane part of 820 that zips around on the far side, and then you just stay right on 820. If you don't know anything about Fort Worth, 820 goes all the way around Fort Worth, like a circle. It literally makes a circle around Fort Worth. You can see part of it right here. And it's a big thing. You can see it from an airplane. Part of it looks kind of like an image if you look at it from a highway point of view. I mean, from a bird's eye or whatever you want to call it, from a drone. If you're looking down from a drone, you'll see there's this, or if you look at it on a map, if you look at a map, there's like an image that it makes. It's my friends and I would compare it to something. I don't want to talk about what it looks like, but it's the birds and bees kinds of thing. If you look at it in one area, it looks like the birds and bees kind of thing. But anyway, this is really amazing right here. That's like a dock, a boat dock. Then you have another diving board right back there. Kind of a 0.5 view of this, all of this right here. So this is new right here. That's not operational yet. That's one of the main bridges right here. Well, it's not a main bridge, but it's a bridge that will lead right into Fort Worth. But this is coming off of, I guess I-820, right by Glenview. So it can also be called the Glenview Bridge too, or the Trinity Bridge, whichever direction you're going at that time. Or maybe even Pipeline. I don't know what you would call that bridge really. I don't know if it has an exit number yet.
Tigers on a gold leash, we don't care.
And just go one of the garlic sauce.
So it is July 16, and the sleeping cars were approved. So we now have an extra sleeping car along with the 7 dining cars and the 3 observation cars for the train. So we did get it approved. They are connecting currently, right now, they're connecting a sleeping car for the fun work train to continuously
Approaching a railroad crossing.
roll. And we are approaching a railroad crossing, which are double tracks, a total of 4 rails. And I'm slowing down to turn. Well, I'm not going to turn onto the train. I'm not going to turn onto the tracks. But I meant I was going to cross over, but I am going to turn right here. I did eventually have to slow down to turn on this road called Hollet. I think that's how it's pronounced, Hollet. And we are turning. Ooh, they got a couch. Looks like a pretty nice couch too. And we will be dropping off some food at your doorstep. Food for friends. We have a little dollhouse right here, which is interesting. Dollhouse is an interesting thing. It's a different concept. It's more feminine. And I think it's interesting that there's a writer by Rebecca Gilman that works at Texas Tech, who's one of my favorite playwrights, for sure, without a doubt, that wrote one of my favorite plays called The Glory of Living. Great play. It's a great theater play. Wonderful writer. Interesting woman. She looks a little bit like Carly Simon. Actually, a lot like Carly Simon, but with darker hair. And she is a professor. And I have done some research. And, you know, I've always been a big fan of Rebecca Gilman. I was introduced to Rebecca Gilman, not to her in person yet, but I was introduced to her work by another playwright at the Actors Studio, who was a lady there that was getting her master's. And she had mentioned Rebecca Gilman and said, you know, you got to check this out. She mentioned Spinning into Butter. Then out of nowhere, they started doing a production at the MCC right there in New York. And Philip Seymour Hoffman was behind it. He was the director, and he hired Jeffrey Donovan and Anna Paquin to play the 2 leads of Clint. Clint is Jeffrey Donovan, and then Anna Paquin's character. And I think there was some ad-libbing going on. That's what if I meet, ooh, this is nice right here. If I meet Rebecca Gilman, I want to talk to her about that production. Because it was a really good production. I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was great. So I just now heard the lead singer of Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, kicked a woman out of a concert. He has a point. It's going to make some headlines, and probably make some theme papers and college papers and feminism and all kinds of stuff, or masculinism. I don't know which way you'd go with it, but his idea was, hey, listen, you hit that guy in the back of the head. You know, it was a woman that socked this guy in the back of the head. And he said, yeah, you know, he was trying to film, you know, because he had a camera. And he didn't condone it, so he kicked her out. But one thing he said was like, you know, yeah, he's annoying you. Well, you know what? Everybody's annoying to a certain degree. You know, even if you're a freaking robot and you're the most entertaining person in the world, you're still annoying. Like Robin Williams can still be annoying at times, you know. I love Adam the Woo, but he annoys the crap out of me, but I watch him all the time. You know, he's annoying, but at times. Not all the time. There's a graveyard right there. But, you know, people film stuff, and, you know, it can get annoying, but, you know, there's always something that's going to annoy you, you know, but you don't have a right to get violent. You know, there's no rights on the violent thing. You can't hit people in the back of the head. Doesn't matter your gender. I mean, I'm not saying that Adam the Woo's annoying. I'm not saying that. I just watch him like way too much. Like I binge watched him one time for like a whole weekend, and I'd go to bed at night. I'd hear Adam, you know, vlogging my sleep experience. You know, what does he call it? Yeah, things are an experience. You know, But I'm not saying that he's annoying. I was just kind of trying to make a point. Is really he's not that annoying. You know, he's a bass player, likes to go around and film things. That's fine. You know, that's fine. But you know, that's fine. You know, I don't know what I probably would have kicked her out too if I saw her socking someone in the back of the head for some reason. But you know what? A lot of them do. But you know, it's interesting about some bands. You look at Guns N' Roses; they do the opposite. Guns N' Roses jumps into the audience and starts beating you up. You know, regardless of getting kicked out. You know, it doesn't matter at that point. But that's Guns N' Roses, and that's not. Yeah, when I got started in all this, I watched Adam the Woo so much that I would go to sleep. I could hear him. You know, I could hear him in my head. It was that bad. But it was like, you know, he was vlogging the sheep. You know, and there's a sheep jumping over the fence right there. There's another sheep jumping over the fence. You can see another sheep. You know, there's another one jumping over the fence there. There's the fourth sheep right there, and that sheep has a little like white wool coat on. Isn't that nice? And that part of the fence right there, you can see a Coca-Cola sign that the sheep's jumping over. There's another sheep jumping over. There's seventh sheep. That's a real nice Coca-Cola sign. Now I'm in the real thick brush right here. This is really crazy. I'm following this thing right here. Yeah, this is real crazy. Yeah, you get into some of these. I like this kind of stuff. I've been filming this stuff since like 2010. I get into this stuff right here. I love this stuff. So it's like, it's almost like a tunnel of trees. Isn't that great right there? But it's like a lot of shadow and stuff like that you get under. It's a feeling, you feel the weight of that when you get into these kind of trees. I've been doing it a lot, and that's what gets me doing it. It's the way that it makes me feel. And then I want to capture that. I want to connect with it in a different way. That's why it's done. It all has to do with what the image triggers. It triggers something in me. And then I have to turn it on and capture it. I have to have it. What's cool is it's free to a certain extent. You know, to a certain extent. It's not something I have to pay for to enjoy something. You know, I just can simply take it and then go back and see what I think about it. You know, to me, it's discretion to a certain degree, but it's also kind of there's an adventure part to it as well. There's something about doing that rather than just letting it pass, right? If I don't capture it, this guy's on a motorcycle right here, then I just let it pass. It's almost as if I ignore it, right? So when I'm capturing it, I'm certainly not ignoring it. Thank you. Right there is an antique. That's on the endangered historic list, meaning it's endangered to be tore down. It's actually from the 1930s. It started off in 1931. And then that center building right there on the other side of the train, that started business in 1933 as a post office right there. That one right there is next to it too. It's also an antique. It's neoclassicism if you look at it. You look at it in the sun when it's real bright, you can see, you look at the corner right there, you can see part of the neoclassicism. And the guy that created it was an architect. He did go to school like in the South. So he was a Southern architect. And he created a lot of Southern historic buildings that are still standing today. So he's done more than just that. That's just some of the stuff he's done. He's world-renowned famous. I've said his name several times on many of my vlogs. It's a very weird name, but he's a great architect. He's passed away. He's no longer around, but he's a really well-known architect. He designed the post office there. 1931 is when it was established. It was probably built in the 20s, but it didn't go up until the early 30s. That says, God will never fail you. Hebrews, God will never fail you. Allie Starling.
Hi there.
7-Eleven. Back at 7-Eleven. I just wanted to make note that you see this right here. $2.37 for one roller. So I mentioned the 3 for $3 tour several times, and it just kind of went in one ear and out the other. Some do it. She was like an Indian lady or whatever. But here's the 7-Eleven right here. And here's the receipt right there. And it says $2.37, and you can get 3 of these rollers for $3. It just depends on the clerk. So they'll change the actual price on you. Pretty good. For private events. We do private events here. The phone number is right there. So they actually charge for about $9. I don't know how much they charge actually, to be honest. That's a musical they're doing right here. Music and laughs. So you can actually rent it out